BMMAC, there's your boy, the Coach, you're live on the Coach's Show, live. Listen, y'all, listen. Don't come on the video and start saying, man, you don't like Israel. Nah, I like Israel Adesanya. I like him as a fighter only. The weirdo stuff that he do outside the octagon, I'm just not a fan of. I'm not a fan of that stuff. I'm just not. Okay? I'm not finna co-sign. And that's just me, okay? If you think that's appropriate, then okay. But I'm not finna co-sign this guy humping another man in the octagon after he knocks him out. I'm just not gonna co-sign it. Because that's more or less like, and guys, I hate to say this, but it is more or less like an assault, okay? Paulo Costa was out. I mean, he was not, or he was incapacitated. And Israel Adesanya goes behind him and he starts to hump him. I mean, if Paulo Costa really, truly wanted to take it any further, he could say that that's a type of assault. He could say that. And he wouldn't be lying about it. See, folks, don't get mad at me because I don't co-sign that kind of stuff. I ain't finna co-sign that. I'm not down with that. Okay? And I'm not down with the whole thing that he said that, he gonna rate Kevin Holland. And you know what? Kevin Holland may have said something, okay? It is what it is, but the walls are closing in on Israel Adesanya. Now, he's starting to lose sponsorships. See, sometimes, you can't say what you want to say. And see, he dodged a bullet when he humped Paulo Costa in the octagon. I mean, he dodged a bullet. He dodged that bullet. And, he lucked out. The sponsor didn't pull out then. They should have, but they didn't. So what does he do? You think that he want to go ahead and keep his mouth shut and actually, trash talk, I guess in the right way, acceptable to his sponsors. Now, if you don't care about sponsorship, then okay, trash talk and do what you want to do and make all these comments. Do what you got to do. Okay? No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul goes into this. But if you care about the money, you care about the bag, you care about the sponsorships, then you do have to watch what you say because now we got cancel culture going on. And, these sponsors, these ads, these advertisers, man, they not finna rock with you. They not finna rock with you if you got a message that's going to be bad for business. And you know what? And even the advertisers, most of them don't really care what you say. They don't care. They don't really care what you say. But they do care about the money. They care about their bag. So they're going to go with whatever's popular. If you offend a whole bunch of people, guess what? The sponsors, they're going to get you out of there. And this is what's happened. This is what happened in the case of Israel Adesanya. I won't even be shocked if more sponsors, they leave. Okay? I won't be shocked. I think more sponsors are going to get up out of there. I think they're gone. Because of just the comments. It's just in this culture in 2021, the rape, the whole rape thing, you can't say nothing about that. You can't even make an inclination of it because if you do, people are going to look at you as insensitive. Now, we know what Israel Adesanya was saying. We understand what he was saying. We know that he was trash talking. We know this. We understand that this is what he was doing. Okay? However, we have a culture now that, And now, the brother got the prime minister. The prime minister getting involved. You know that finna hit the fan now. Y'all know that the finna hit the fan. Okay? It's a matter of time. Israel Adesanya, he gonna lose a lot of money behind this. But y'all thought he was being cool. Y'all thought he was, just, doing what a fighter's supposed to do. Man, you just don't like Israel Adesanya. That's the problem. Like, I don't like him. I don't like what he did. And I don't have to rock with what he did. That's the thing. Why do some people, you like a fighter so much that you also like their dysfunction? You also like their mental illness. No, I don't like that. Okay, and I'm not about to sit on here and make a video and tell you, oh man, that's just Izzy, man. That's just what he do. Hell no. It's what he shouldn't do. See, it's what he shouldn't do. I'm sorry. He lost me with the whole Paulo Costa thing. Now, we admit that Paulo Costa was whining and talking about that, he was drained and, he drunk too much wine the night before. All of that stuff. We didn't, fanboys. We didn't roll with Paulo Costa on that, okay? We gave Paulo Costa help. But I'm with Paulo Costa. Hey, man, you gonna fight me and beat me? You ain't gotta disrespect me. And he right. They ain't have to do that. And it kind of, it makes Israel a suspect. And then, when you start really researching Israel Adesanya, you see photos like this pop up. Okay, so what's the deal? What's the deal? It don't matter if he is. You know what? The thing of it is, okay? If Israel Adesanya, if he is suspect, he need to come on out. But he need to stop calling people that and stop, having that terminology come out of his mouth. He need to stop. Because in the past, Israel Adesanya has called people, like homophobic slurs. He's done that before. Nobody checked him. Nobody checked him at all. Okay? But this behavior now is becoming, it's actually becoming normalized with him. Ain't nobody gonna judge him. Who am I to judge? I don't get down to lifestyle, but it's his lifestyle, man. Look, you get down with whatever lifestyle you feel like you need to get down with. But Israel Adesanya kind of had you thinking a little bit. He kind of had you thinking. And I'm going to tell you something, man. It's bad because you do have a lot of people, man. You have a lot of women, man. Women in particular, man, that's done been raped, man. And you got a lot of dudes who know they mamas or they sisters, or even, some dudes' daughters, they've been raped. So they ain't gonna get down with that. Not in 2021. Maybe in 2010, people might have just been like, okay, F him, man. F him. The dude's an a-hole. But in 2021, ain't nobody finna tolerate it, bro. They ain't gonna tolerate it. And I guarantee you, this gonna start to affect Izzy in the fight game. This gonna start to affect him. And I'm gonna tell you what, if this hurt Dana White, because Dana White, they have a tendency to not make a comment with stuff like this. The UFC, they're gonna stay quiet. They're not gonna offer a comment. They're not, if Dana White Dana White will offer a comment if they ask him. That's it. But Dana White isn't gonna volunteer information. He ain't gonna say nothing. They ain't gonna make a statement about it. That's the UFC. The UFC, they don't have policies on this stuff. They don't make comments. If somebody say something racist, they ain't gonna say nothing, okay? This is how the UFC, this is how they move. So they ain't gonna say nothing about this. So if you are a victim of rape, my condolences go to you, but don't expect anything from Dana White. Just don't, okay? If you do, you're gonna be looking for a long time for a lot of expectation that you never gonna see. You ain't gonna see it out of Dana White in the UFC. Okay? They ain't gonna give you jack. He just gonna look at you like you crazy. Israel Adesanya, man, he need to tone it down. He need to calm down, and he need to get focused, man. Because the brother just lost the matchup between Jan Blau. He just lost that matchup, man. And it's like, he acting like, man, you remember just getting dominated, bro? You need to be working on that ground game and get the hell off social media. Get the hell off social media. And for God's sake, leave John Jones alone. John Jones is the last of your problems right now. And matter of fact, John Jones, he been ignoring the hell out of Izzy. Have y'all noticed that? Izzy will say something stupid. You remember John Jones used to bite on it? John Jones ain't got nothing to say no more, man. Even John Jones is just like, the guy's a waste of time. There's no sense in wasting time on him. He's already gotten beat. So a super fight between me and him is over. Really, unless he go and rematch Jan Blachowicz. But, guys, the probability of that happening too soon, it's not going to happen, okay? Not that soon. Maybe 3 years from now, he get that rematch. Israel Adesanya been effing up, y'all. Izzy been effing up. And if he don't be careful, man, this will filter into the other aspects of his life. Man, Izzy. Man, I hate that this happening to this brother, man. Get it together, man. Get it together.